Welcome to the next module within the Growth Accelerator development system. We've looked at various modules and are currently looking at the capabilities module. As mentioned before, the capabilities module leverages the capabilities gap analysis that was done within the Business Builder. And in this module, we'll focus predominantly on project management maturity and ISO readiness. It must be stated that ISO readiness is provided in a simple context for businesses that needs exposure to what ISO is. Businesses that maybe are certified in ISO 9001 and want to see what the difference is to 2015. So providing a good overview of what ISO readiness looks like, while at the same time providing you with a gap analysis on how to see where the organization is with their ISO readiness. Again, I must reiterate, this is for people that are not certified to deliver ISO certification as a standard, but just to expose the business as to where their ISO readiness are and what are the areas that should be looking at. For those that are certified and able to develop and implement ISO, you will be able to do the full module with the customer in providing ISO certification as a service. We have provided an additional module, which is an ISO masterclass to enable everybody to get to the same level of understanding of ISO 9001:2015, and seeing where an more informal way of implementing it with the business can lead to better performance and productivity within, and also close the gap and making them closer to ISO readiness when they reach that maturity. So 3 components that we'll look at in this module. The first one being just a quick overview of ISO. Then a quick look at the survey that you are provided with as a tool within this module, and also just a quick look at the masterclass that we've attached that will enable you to build your background information on ISO. So just quickly, ISO, this presentation for ISO is just a simple way of looking at what is ISO certification, why is it important, what are the benefits to it, and we know that it boosts staff performance and overall productivity. It fleshes out the customer's or the company's processes. You reduce waste and improve efficiency and provide an improved customer experience. So just some of the benefits to illustrate what 9001 certification is. Having an ISO certification is important for SMEs because of its ability to help them grow, help them increase profitability and focus on cost savings. The benefit of reducing waste also allows the workforce to be more efficient and to establish an ongoing quality management system standard for the improvement in sustainable customer success. So this presentation, providing you just an overview, the presentation can be used with a customer that has not had exposure to ISO yet, but wants to informally position their business a bit better and leverage some of these benefits within ISO certification. We're going to look at the ideal candidates to implement this, so helping them find the right company to get them certified as well, because at the same time your knowledge is of such that you can manage and help the company manage the implementation and formal certification process that will follow. The modules that we will look at, just a brief overview of the modules within ISO specifically. So ISO, fully based on business customer centricity, assuring all business processes and systems are strategically aligned to support customer focus, mitigate risks. All evidence and compliance need to be documented, reviewed, geared towards continuous improvement. Strongly based on management of the business taking ownership and accountability of the quality management system. Based on a PDCA cycle, so plan, do, check, act cycle, and we'll have a brief overview of that soon. And depending on the business, the consulting required to move a company to ISO certification could be anywhere between 3 and 12 months. ISO requirement and ISO consultation needs would be based on the business type, the size, the complexity, and the maturity. And again, that could be an area where you're currently specializing in and able to take the customer on the full journey, or just being able to take a customer on a journey on exploring as what ISO would do for their business and the process of getting them certified. If you look at module one within ISO, so the talk development around the context. So business, vision, values, mission, strategic direction, relevant to customer centricity, including consideration of all products and services. Full business analysis to understand the customer's need and business needs to satisfy these requirements. And by now you can already see a lot of these modules are what we covered within the Business Builder module, which is going a step further to taking the customer towards ISO certification already. Identify gaps to meeting requirements, and we've done full gap analysis when it comes to defining their market and their ideal customer profile. Identify all stakeholders. Again, stakeholder analysis, a key focus within project management and also within the aspirations module. Understand internal, external business context analysis. Detailed process mapping relevant to customer satisfaction. So that's context, module one. And already you can see a lot of the elements from Growth Accelerator and from Business Builder are starting to help the customer close the gaps and move towards being ISO certification ready. Module 2, leadership. So looking at the management role definition relevant to the quality management system, looking at risk, accountability, and their communication strategy. The quality management system policy review, statutory and regulatory requirements review, review of customer satisfaction program. Customer satisfaction program, again, one of the modules that we focus on predominantly in the customer module, where we did the customer survey and the Net Promoter Score system with its relevant improvements. Ensure quality objectives can be set and realistically attained and measured. Risk mitigation, plan review are all the above formulated in a way that supports the notion of continuous improvement. So that's the leadership module review. Then planning, all about integration of quality management system into the organization. Consideration of quality management system and implementation to ensure quality objectives are met, ensure continuous improvement, to reduce risk and failure, to determine if amendments are needed, to review risk factors, how plan will be communicated to the organization, monitoring, maintenance, and review of plan. Planning forming a critical view and also a critical view within the Business Builder module, where we look at business planning specifically, outlining business objectives, outlining the vision, the mission, outlining leadership, gap analysis. So already you can see following the Business Builder and the Growth Accelerator module is already starting to align the business to the planning criteria, leadership criteria, and the overall context criteria within ISO. Module 4, support. Environmental review, also done within the Business Builder module, where you were given additional material for business planning, the step analysis, resources review, capability review within Business Builder and also within the Growth Accelerator module, organizational, operational requirement gap analysis were done, review of inbound and outbound controls, full customer tracking points within the business done in Business Builder and Growth Accelerator. And then obviously outside of this, a full documentation check, validity measure check, communication strategy check and development. Communication strategy check and development, a vital portion that is covered within the project management module within the specific capabilities module of the Growth Accelerator. Module 5, operations. So strategic alignment of overall plan, implementation and control of all processes and systems relating to the requirements for customer centricity. Again, within the Business Builder module, your customer module, we focused heavily on the customer net promoter score, customer definition, customer requirements, mapping the customer touch points throughout the organization, and also key to how we control and align planning, which is within the project management module. Module 6, performance evaluation, so monitoring and measurement, also within the Business Builder and the Growth Accelerator. They are key matrix, including the balanced scorecard and other KPIs. That already goes a long way to meeting objectives of Module 6 of the ISO standard. Module 7, improvement. Identify opportunities and implement necessary actions. Again, Business Builder, Growth Accelerator module, providing all the gap analysis and the actions required to close these gaps, and continuous improvement. The ISO survey that we've added to it, I'll just go through that ISO survey briefly just to give you an idea. The ISO survey and this presentation was developed to just make sure that both you and your customer, being new to the ISO journey, being able to go through and establish and already start moving the customer towards ISO certification or ISO readiness. The survey is also done simply just to go through a gap analysis as to where the company is, without it going to the certification post. They could just align, also making the organization much more effective. So again, you can look at ISO readiness, improvement module, performance module, operations, support, planning, leadership, context, and overall ISO readiness score. These are the areas that we've just gone through within the presentation. The survey itself simply conducts, it's easy to read. Is the business already ISO certified? Yes or no? Does your company have a clear defined strategy, direction relevant to customer? Yes. Has the customer clearly defined its purpose relevant to customer satisfaction? Yes, but I would say that those are elements that we need to work on within the Business Builder, so mark that incomplete. Has the organization clearly defined its value missions? Yes, it does. Are current customer requirements clearly understood? Although we've started the journey in Business Builder, I would say that those are incomplete. So as you can see, slowly but surely working through each one of the questions would then rate the business relevant to each one of these areas. So already we can see within the context module, we're at 72% and only 95%. So as we work through this, we will be able to identify the modules to focus on, and also be able to focus the ones where we have captured as incomplete. What would it look like to get that to complete, and what are the steps necessary to take? So that's a simple presentation that is aligned, this simple presentation, which is aligned with simple survey that provides you with the ISO readiness score and could save the customer a lot of effort, and only way to implement this formally once they've closed the gap on their own with your assistance. Like I've mentioned, we have included within this module a very specific masterclass. I just want to review the masterclass with you guys quickly. The ISO masterclass. So how do we transition to 9001 2015? We've provided you with a full masterclass, which will make sure that you have the capability to even maybe get certified yourself, and then be able to formally certify customer or businesses, or at most go through this so that you have a better understanding of 9001 2015. What is the certification about? What is the history behind it? What is the high-level structure and where does it fit in? What are the actual Annex XL modules that sits around it? What does that mean? What is the high-level structure? Why the change? Benefit of QMX? So providing you a full masterclass program with notes and additional slides on how to get yourself more ready and more confident when dealing with this with a customer.